In computing, a locale is a set of parameters that defines the user's language, country and any special variant preferences that the user wants to see in their user interface. Usually a locale identifier consists of at least a language identifier and a region identifier. On POSIX platforms such as Unix, Linux and others, locale identifiers are defined similar to the BCP47 definition of language tags, but the locale variant modifier is defined differently, and the character set is included as a part of the identifier. It is defined in this format: language, territory, codeset, at modifier. General locale settings. These settings usually include the following: display format settings, number format setting, character classification, case conversion settings, date-time format setting, string collation setting, currency format setting, paper size setting, other minor settings. The locale settings are about formatting output given a locale. So, the time zone information and daylight saving time are not usually part of the locale settings. Less usual is the input format setting, which is mostly defined on a per-application basis. Furthermore, the general settings usually include the keyboard layout setting. Programming and markup language support. In these environments and other Unicode-based environments, they are defined in a format similar to BCP47. They are usually defined with just ISO 639 and ISO 3166-1 Alpha-2 codes. POSIX platforms. On POSIX platforms, locale identifiers are defined similarly to the BCP47 definition of language tags, but the locale variant modifier is defined differently, and the character set is included as a part of the identifier. In the next example there is an output of command locale for Czech language, Czech Republic with explicit UTF-8 encoding. $locale, lang equals CSCZ UTF-8, LCCTYPE equals CSCZ UTF-8, LC numeric equals CSCZ UTF-8, LC time equals CSCZ UTF-8, LC collate equals CSCZ UTF-8, LC monetary equals CSCZ UTF-8, LC messages equals CSCZ UTF-8, LC paper equals CSCZ UTF-8, LC name equals CSCZ UTF-8, LC address equals CSCZ UTF-8, LC telephone equals CSCZ UTF-8, LC measurement equals CSCZ UTF-8, LC identification equals CSCZ UTF-8, LC all equals. Specifics for Microsoft platforms. Windows uses specific language and territory strings. The locale identifier for unmanaged code on Microsoft Windows is a number such as 1033 for English or 1041 for Japanese. These numbers consist of a language code and culture code and are therefore often written in hexadecimal notation, such as 0x0409 or 0x0411. The list of those codesets are described in character encoding. Microsoft is starting to introduce managed code application programming interfaces for .NET that use this format. One of the first to be generally released is a function to mitigate issues with internationalized domain names, but more are in Windows Vista Beta 1. Starting with Windows Vista, new functions that use BCP47 locale names have been introduced to replace nearly all LCID-based APIs. See also, internationalization and localization, ISO 639 language codes, ISO 3166-1 Alpha-2 country codes, IETF language tag, common locale data repository, date and time representation by country, APP locale, references. External links, BCP47, language subtag registry, common locale data repository, locale generator, Java util locale JavaDoc API documentation, locale and language information from Microsoft, MIS LCID, Windows Language Code Identifier reference from Microsoft, Microsoft LCID list, Microsoft LCID chart with decimal equivalents, POSIX environment variables, low-level technical details on defining a POSIX locale, ICU Locale Explorer, Debian Wiki on locales. Article The Standard C++ Locale by Nathan C. Myers, Locale, 7, Description of Multi-Language Support, Linux man page, Apache C++ standard library Locale users guide, sort order charts for various operating system locales and database collations, NatSpec library, description of locale-related Unix environment variables in Debian Linux reference manual, guides to locales and locale creation on various platforms,